It's great. It's great. It's like, you know, he's tried really hard. I think he's tried really, really hard. You can hear how hard he's tried, and it's a good effort. It's like hard to do all that stuff at once. You know what I mean? And like, you know, you've got rapping, singing, making beats, chords, production, and not all those things can be good. Like, you can't get them. Not everyone can do all those things well. So like, he's definitely tried, and you know, I think, like, spiritually, I think it's left me feeling unsettled in my soul. Like, something feels wrong. Like, something's like missing in here now, since I heard the music. And I just think, after hearing that, I just think I don't want to see him again.
By the way, I'm talking of disappointment. There is one thing that is terrible about doing this, is that the first time I hear your new album is going to be in a fragmented listen. This is like the worst way to hear your first record by far that I could have imagined on camera. Yeah. And 4 tracks picked at random. You never want to hear your favourite artist's record like that. Yeah. But
it's perfect.
That's fine. Perfect.
It's perfect, man.
The next one I can have a normal, run up.
A nice normal, like.
Yeah.
No, we can listen to it like in normal capacity at any point.
I'm messing about it. Are you nearly done with this record? Or are you done with it?
My bad. I got the smoker's cough. Oh yeah, I'm finished. I've been finished for a while now, for a few months.
Great.
So when I got off the Vince Staples tour, I mixed and mastered it.
So it's post album finishing depression as well.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, that and the whole. Yeah, definitely, man. It's so trash. It's not good. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get help. Fuck that shit. Yeah. It's just trash. It's not good at all. I can't make music like this or anything. It's like. Yeah.
Is there how many tracks have you got on there?
I'm gonna have to block this out on the video. But 18.
Okay.
So I made like a bunch. I made like 93, and I whittled it down to 18. You know what's funny? I said I made 93 tracks on another video.
Yeah.
And like, see, this is what I mean when I say music industry shit. It was a headline somewhere. Somebody sent me a link to like a headline where somebody was like, JPEGMAFIA made 93 songs. I'm just like, that's really fucking weird. But like, it's also arbitrary because it's not, I didn't mean to make a bunch of songs for no fucking reason. Yeah. I just like to make a bunch of music.
Also, imagine how many days that is. Like, if you made a song a day, then that's a 3-month record. That's 3 months of making music.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, it's a big number in a kind of, I guess we've heard album processes have 30 good tracks that they've whittled down. I mean, maybe in this kind of like pop writing process, you get like, I don't know, I don't know. I generally just write the amount of songs that, I mostly have the amount of songs that end up on the record.
Like already? So wait, so when
I don't really change them that much. I think that's what it is.
That's interesting. Actually, you know what? I never thought I'd ever talk to you in real life. So I guess now would be the perfect time to ask this. But yeah, so your process is, because I know what my process is for making shit, and it's kind of different.
Yeah.
I'm always making things.
Is this real life, by the way?
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
Okay. Just asking.
It's real. I'm high as shit, but it's definitely real. But like for me, I'm always making music, and like for me, I'll make an album when I just decide to stop at a point, and I'll just like look at what I did, and then I'll whittle that down. That's all it is. So that's why like that number is so arbitrary, because like the last album I did, I made like 130 songs. So like 94 is like underperforming for me. I was like, when I said 93, when I was like, I made 93 songs, I was like, slacking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just make a bunch of shit. So that's how I work. But you're saying you already have it like mapped out, and you just cultivate around it?
There's normally there'll normally be maybe, like if there was a track, well, the albums that have ended up with 10 songs probably had 15.
Okay, and then you whittled it down.
Yeah, and even then they were kind of fragmented.
Well, I know one bonus track that was like fire was the one with the was it on Overgrown with the
Big
Andre
Boy.
sample
With Big Boy.
Yeah, Big Boy.
Yeah, Every Day I Ran.
What the fuck was going on that, man? That shit was incredible, yo. I was like, I couldn't
Thanks.
believe you left it off. Yo,
It was just
I
so
really
different
loved
to
it.
everything else, and I think it was almost like it was basically a remix, isn't it? Almost like a.
Kind of like remix.
I can't remember. Am I singing on that?
Yeah, no, you had some. I can play it. Wow, I'm about to play your own shit for you.
I love listening to my own music.
Yo, this is gonna be so meta. Yeah, hell yeah. Now you can see all the all the shit I have when you have every
Amazing.
record you ever made type shit. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh yeah.
This is so fire. I really love this record.
Yeah.
Brilliant, man. I mean,
Let's fucking stop that.
I just want to like, yo, there's just certain moments in my life where I just have to stop and just like, I just can't believe I just played you your own shit.
That is.
That's really crazy.
That felt like a bad dream. That.
No, I know the feeling.
No. In a not
In a good way?
Yeah.
In a bad way?
I don't know. I don't know.
A bad dream in a bad way?
I think what it is that there are certain tracks that you make, and then many years later, when you hear them, it feels like a fragment of like a remnant of yourself.
Like a different time.
But it's not that it's not, it's not that it doesn't represent me now. It just kind of, it's been so long since that day happened.
Yeah. It's like it's been a while since you tapped into that kind of energy.
Yeah, actually it is, and actually it kind of made me, hearing it with you, put it into a different context, and it kind of made me go, oh, maybe I should try and tap into that a little bit again.
I mean, dude,
but
honestly, like it's, yeah, whatever. Damn, this is gonna sound mad cheesy, but like that's the beauty of like the shit you do, honestly, or like the shit anybody like. When you're a fan of anybody's shit, it's like, yeah, when you made that, you had like a certain thought process. But when I heard it, I had a whole different context because I know what you mean. Like you heard that from when it was just a snare and like a clap or some shit.
You know what that made me think of? It made me think of some of the other music I was listening to at the time. Like I was listening to, like I was DJing a lot, and I was playing with this guy Joy Orbison.
Oh yeah.
And his like the way he did synths and stuff, kind of, and how it was like rave orientated. So it was about these kind of big synth moments, like those kind of chords, suspenseful build-ups, and like and I kind of didn't really use that in a lot of my other music because some of it just wasn't aimed at that thing. But like it took me, it's weird. I would try and recreate the feeling of how I felt in a club listening to a certain other song. It wasn't like I tried to recreate the other song.
Yeah.
I tried to recreate the feeling I had.
You just filtered what you felt like you filtered that feeling through you.
Yeah.
Like I know what you mean. That's kind of like how I do with influence, period. Like whenever I hear something I like when I heard that, I filtered it in whatever my own way it was. But it might not even sound like it at all. But like
no, but I hear it. I hear now that you mention it, and now because you said before that like, and actually you've influenced my production since I've been listening to you. So
what in the hell?
I was going to ask if you could make a track for me.
What, man? Yeah, I'll be honored, man. Honestly,
I'd love to work with you on something like that,
bro. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll past every album you've ever made.
the Shrine.
Real quick.
Honestly, I love you for showing me that, and
yeah, man, no problem.
It's really sweet, and
so
I told you how much I've been listening to your record, so
I try and like it's so crazy. Like, I don't know. Like listening to someone like music, like, and then like hearing them say that to me is just like, I don't even know what that, like, it doesn't register, like it registers immediately, and then like when I go home, I like cry.
I would also also if it doesn't make you feel anything, don't feel bad about that. Like,
it makes me feel great. I just don't, it's like how I like, how I register on my face sometimes doesn't
you just sort of compute. You just like you sort of compute
yeah,
it. I'm the same.
Like, it's a glitch.
Also, I think like there is the thing about our careers that like can feel like we're supposed to feel a certain way about something. Like you're supposed to feel a certain way if you see 2,000 people in front of you, and they're excited, and you're supposed to feel amazing and on top of the world, and there are just times when you just feel nothing, and you have to be able to accept that. And there are times when someone told me that they like my music, and I've just been like, on the surface, registering it, going, "This is great, this is incredible," and actually, well, it's like, approval is great to a certain point. It's like really, it's like your own self-love and self-belief, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's like you can only really, that's what you have to fall back on.
I wonder, it's nice when I hear you talk like that, because like I wonder like if there's like people who like have been in it for a while and just like still get off on like people just giving them approval. They're just like, hell yeah. like 30 years in the game, they're just like, fucking right.
I think maybe there are.
Right,
I think
me.
I've met
you've met
me just constantly.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Me though. 1 sec. But yeah, man. What was I about to say? I lost my train. Oh yeah, okay. So the record.
The record.
Allegedly. The disappointment.
I'm prepared to be. I've been gearing myself up on the way here in the car to be disappointed.
Well, man, I'm here to deliver.
Thank you.
So, I made 18 tracks. So, you said you listened to some stuff. So you've heard Veteran before?
Oh yeah.
All right. So Veteran.
Plenty.
On that record, I made that. Most of those beats, when I released it was last year, 2018, and I made most of it, I would say, in 2017, 2016, and one beat is from 2015. I don't remember which one though. But when I made that, I had a whole different process. I really was into like making things concise and like compressing things into like a bubble, like I wanted to I called it like a splash of energy, and then it's gone. It doesn't need to overstay its welcome, But like on this record, I didn't edit. I made things in their original form. I left things in their original form, excuse me, and I didn't edit it at all. And I tried to find a way for myself as like
to feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, as a performer to feel comfortable and exist on that comfortably. So it was like, it was like downloading the Batman soundtrack and then trying to rap over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like not just trying to, but trying to like really like be in it. Like, okay, I'm in the fucking Batman soundtrack. So like,
Are you in it now?
In the Batman soundtrack?
Yeah.
I'm literally Michael Keaton, dog.
Great.
Like literally. But I did that, and I made all the music was finished last year, 2018. So
okay.
I wrote the lyrics and mixed and mastered it this year. So it was done a couple months ago, and here we are. And now I'm playing it for you, man.
I feel so privileged to hear this.
Man, I'm honored to play it, man.
Thank
I never thought I'd be playing you one of my records before.
Thank you for having
out.
me. It's great.
I can't believe this shit. I'm honored, man. But all right, so you've heard you've heard one of the records already, the "Forgive Me, I'm a Thought" record. Which thank you for tweeting about that actually too.
It's brilliant.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Fucking brilliant. Made my day.
Yeah, that one. So I usually play that one first, so I'm not actually going to play that one first since you've already heard it. So I have to switch
I'd love
it up.
to hear that again.
You want to just hear it?
Yeah, I would. Because in the context, it'd be nice to hear it in the context of this disappointment.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me tell you the format. So I don't actually play the whole record. I just play...
You're going to play me parts?
Yeah, I'm just going to play you like 4 songs.
Cool.
And then like after we're done, we can do whatever. But like, just for the...
And then I can take it home and
Take it apart. It's all yours.
Criticize it in peace.
Criticizing it in peace. Yeah, I tried to do that with a Talking Heads album recently, and I was like, this is not working. All right, so you just want to hear it again?
Yeah.
All right, I will play it again for you.
Although we could not include this in the 4 songs that you play, you know, because
Yeah.
I have heard it before, so this is not a reaction video essentially.
Yeah, so like for the
Fuck it, just play me the other. Play me
the other ones.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I can remember it.
All right. So
I have heard it 400 times, so I will remember it.
So now I have to randomly choose some shit. So I'm gonna choose this record. This record has a long ass intro. I'm not gonna front with you, but like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
My last album had an hour. I think it was an hour and 20 minutes. So
Man, yeah.
it's
You
fine.
know,
I've got the patience.
you're fucking brave, man. You know,
Yeah.
I used
Stupid,
to.
I think is the word.
Nah, bro. I used to do records like that, and then like people started complaining to me. They're like, "It's too long," and I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, yo, like shit, y'all niggas just gonna like listen to it. You'll listen, like the people who listen to it all the way through will be the dedicated ones, but most of y'all niggas is just gonna listen to random songs from it anyway. What the fuck do you care?
And then go to the cinema and watch an Adam Sandler film.
And then go to, exactly,
an hour
yo.
and 20 minutes exactly.
Exactly. Yo, when I tell people this album is
Yeah.
18, this thing is 18, block that album shit out. When I tell people this thing is 18 tracks, they think it's so fucking long. It's 40 minutes. They think it's long as shit. If I had
because they're short, right?
because
they're
of
short
how
tracks.
many tracks is on
Right,
it.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like I can have like 30 tracks and they can be 30 seconds long. It's like I don't know.
I think that suits honestly, like at the moment, feels like the attention span of Spotify listening anyway is kind of.
I didn't
Not
mean,
that you're doing it for that reason, but
no, I didn't mean to make it that way. But
coincides with.
I was checking on it. Yeah, I checked on it and I was like, oh, this is like average album length. I thought I really did some shit because it's the shortest album I ever made.
I was watching a video about Spotify about how like there was a video about people telling you how to structure for Spotify, where it's like catch them within the first 7 seconds or whatever it is, and then repeat that. It's like it's horrible. The science is it sent me
Music
into like a
science,
week-long
yo.
depression when I heard it.
Wow, you should have, yo. You have to send me that, please.
Yeah,
I have to.
it's-
All right. This song, it's called Beta Male Strategies,
I'd love some.
and it's me trying to use the language of these like internet dweller types.
Oh, I see,
and
right.
turning it on them, but like not in the way you think. It's just it's very coded. It's something that if
Do you mean
on
like,
the,
what? Do you mean like? We talking like incel vibes?
Nah,
We're not. It's not political.
No.
Okay, right.
It's not
Got it.
political. It's just using like colloquialisms they would use and just like I don't know if I used that word correctly, but like
Yeah, you did.
using those kind of words and just like putting them in a way that doesn't on the surface doesn't really seem like anything, but when you look at it on paper, that's just a threat. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to make a poetic threat. I was trying to test myself to see if I could do that. So yeah, it got a long. I said all that to say it has a long ass intro.
Cool.
Beta Male Strategies. So that was Beta Male Strategies.
Wow.
What you think, man? Is that a yay? Is that a nay?
such a no, it's definitely a yay.
Oh shit.
I'm just trying to unpack there's so many moments that you just get to enjoy the instrumental, which is actually really rare, I think. These days especially, where people make an instrumental good enough that you actually want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Outside of someone rapping over it or singing over it.
Yeah, you just want it by itself.
I did want to hear it like that, and then there's all these.
I can play it. I can play it like that. I have it.
No, as in, it was just nice to hear those moments, and then it's so cool that the percussion. This is getting like. I'm going to start with the nerdy stuff first.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The percussion, it was like it's in the mix, but then it kind of just fades. It's not just a simple fade. There's something else happening, like the compression or something like brings the other elements in, and it just like the whole thing just breathes.
Yeah,
in this like really organic way that normally when you hear like a beat, it's like people aren't pushing and pulling with the elements that way. So you don't get that that feeling like the beat is a living, breathing organism like you did with ılıll or with like there are some people who just have that way of
Dylan's
making
beats
it.
felt like they were just like
They're living.
Yeah, like you could really feel them. Like he didn't. I heard he didn't quantize anything. He played it like by hand, and it was just like
which makes it live and breathe itself in itself. But like also, there's just something about the music going on behind, like No ID has this as well.
Yeah,
where like the collages of sound are kind of like coming in and out, like the form like 444, the way he
Jay-Z.
meshed the samples together, and but anyway, to compare you to two of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. But like I love that about it, and also I just love how there's it feels like in your songs there's very often a moment of clarity. There's like this huge sort of nebulous sonic thing that's happening, and then suddenly there's just this moment of clarity where it's like, tell me that thing you said on Twitter, or that thing you said. I can't remember. I don't know if I've misquoted you. And then there's this other thing, like in Forgive Me. There's that part where you suddenly you break out into singing, and it's like moment of beauty and clarity that is present kind of in the rest of the music, but it's just you just offer this one moment, and I think I love that. And I don't, by the way, when people tell you there's this thing you do that they love, it's very easy to be like, fuck it, I'm not going to do that anymore now.
He went real deep.
So please don't.
You went in the back of my psyche.
Yeah, I knew you were thinking that.
What just happened, yo?
I just cold read you. But that is like, that's an aspect of that song I love. And just the mood, like beyond that, and from a kind of more bird's eye perspective, the mood was just so, like the sample, the chords, like just the way it moves, it's beautiful, man.
Man, thank you so much, man, honestly.
Love it.
I couldn't have asked for. Wow, you gave such a beautiful description. I almost want to cry.
Oh.
Like, to pick off of like something you said earlier about the elements like coming in and out.
Yeah.
And like me letting it breathe.
Yeah.
So like because I made this in the original form like as just an instrumental, and then I tried to exist on it. And since I made it, I feel comfortable letting those types of things just like be. Like if I don't, I'm very like adaptive to my work. Like if I don't need to be like all doing whatever, I won't, you know what I mean? Like if a part needs to be like that, if it sounds better, it just simply sounds better.
It feels like you're working well. It's like you're if you consider yourself the vocalist on a team, where you're also the rest of the team.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's like the vocalist is working well with the team.
Exactly. I adapt to whatever it needs to be, you know what I mean? And it's just sometimes they come together, like when I'm making it, I'll write it at the same time, but it is what it is, you know, like that's just how I think about it. But as far as the things pulling in and out, like on that part, I like purposely, I could have just been rapping the whole time, but I purposely like
I noticed that,
ducked the whole fucking beat out to make space for that 808, just so it could just like everything could like come back in, and then my voice comes out. It's almost like you get punched in the chest or some shit. I wanted to feel like something is wrong Like something like happened that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then it just like, it fixes itself. I mean, it before you feel too uncomfortable enough to change the song, you like, you're like, oh, okay, it fixed itself. So you're like, what the fuck is going on? But
Yeah, I was like monitoring my uncomfort levels. And I never went above, never went into the red. So,
Oh, I could play some shit that'll make you extremely uncomfortable. Okay. I can play some shit that'll make you uncomfortable, and it's not even my damn song. I can play some, but
sure.
I appreciate it.
I don't think being uncomfortable is bad. I'm just saying that song didn't get to that point, and I think that that's probably the line that you tend to sort of exist on.
We in real life, y'all.
Finally, we have proof that this is real life.
Yeah, I think about uncomfortable not being a bad thing all the time. It's funny, like, a lot of your earlier stuff, at least the first stuff I heard from you, like the real early shit, like like CKMY?
CMYK, yeah.
That shit, like, that people would describe that as way more uncomfortable and less melodic than, like, the shit you would make now. But, like, there's a certain beauty in that, and there's a texture and, like, a sexiness to that it's just, like, even though it's, like, less melodic and more uncomfortable, it's like a warmth that you don't get from, I don't know, there's like a warmth you don't get from, like, anything else, really. But, like,
you have to externalize. So you're externalizing something, aren't you? So, like, the way I see uncomfortability is, like, it's sometimes good because you sometimes feel uncomfortable, and you need something that reflects that back at you.
Yeah.
So, like, when there are certain songs on Veteran that when, if I'm in a certain mood and I want to and I'm feeling chaotic, there are certain moments of that record that reflect back at me, and it's comforting. Like, I don't want to always be. I can't. When you're feeling chaotic, listening to sort of very simple, pure music sounds. I mean,
hellish.
Like more chaos, maybe. There's something.
It sounds like the world's ending.
Disingenuous about it,
Yeah. When adversity, I've been depressed and been trying to listen to, like, happy music. Yeah. And it just sounds like death. It's like,
I don't get it when people are like, I listen to this when I'm in this when I'm sad, I put this music on and then I go out and I just feel great. Like, I don't think
and I'm
not sure if I've ever done that. I don't think there's
never in my life.
I can't. Maybe it's because I just think about music in a slightly different way, just because I make it, or if it's because there's certain buttons that it's not activating at the right times on cue.
No, it's that, because I get the same thing.
I find it hard.
People who make music, especially like people who I think put as much detail and as much care into what they make.
You're listening in that detail as well.
Yeah, you're listening in the same way. So like you need something that attaches to your like spirit at the time. So
it's actually not a good thing, really.
It's reality.
Yeah, is it?
I've been listening to fucking Cat Power, man.
Yeah, right.
Cat Power.
Yeah,
I can only bring myself to listen to Cat Power. But yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that. What I mean is, like, I would like to be that way. Like, I'd like to be able to just put a song on and it.
Oh, it changed.
And yeah, to like make my day way better just because I'd heard something that had a certain mood.
Maybe those
generally
people are
it just doesn't chime with how I feel that moment, and then I just turn it off.
Maybe those people are just actually mentally strong, and just like they just need a reminder. You know.
Right, and it's just bringing them back to themselves.
Exactly.
Whereas I'm just a mess, and I have to be represented in my mess by the music.
That's it.
Yeah.
We solved life.
Done.
So that was the first song. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna play you another one. All right, the title track. Mm-hmm. So we got two more. This is one of the two. This is the title track. You ready? This one makes no fucking sense. You will not like this one. You ready? Let me get
get a double bacon McDouble?
Oh, I know y'all ears ringing. I know y'all ears ringing.
A bacon smokehouse meal with no cheese. Yeah, with no cheese on the thing. And
Would you like the meal large?
the meal is gonna be large. The meal is
The drink?
the meal is gonna come with a.
So yeah.
Love that ending.
So the ending of that, my homie loves Wendy's, and I just had to get him.
Perfect scene. Fucking.
That one
again.
was really random and like.
I mean, in a good way. Like.
I
wanted to hear something like that. Like, I'm not saying that it. I don't know if it's.
You wanted to hear some like off some dumbass shit.
I just wanted to hear something where I'd be, kind of constantly challenged through the whole thing, which I think in this song I was. There's a point at which you start rapping and it's like there's like a moment again, but yeah. It was like, it's challenging. It's definitely challenging music in like a beautiful way. Like I really, because the thing is, you can be like, okay, this isn't like hooky or whatever the fuck, but you can still fucking love it and be, and what am I trying to say? It's like, there's not really enough music. I'm finding this personally inspiring because there's not really enough music. And I certainly I've done this less over my career, where I'm willing to take people, almost like shift scene and like take people away from whatever it was that was kind of euphonic and kind of beautiful and shift them into something maybe darker or like challenging or distracting or like choppy, you know what I mean? And and I think that can be, when it's really strong, it kind of doesn't really matter. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is like when the ideas are really strong, it just doesn't matter that it's not like the verse chorus, you know what I mean? Structures that you're kind of expecting from music in general, just because of the way everything sounds nowadays.
Yeah.
I personally really enjoyed that.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Yeah.
To go off what you were saying, like, I completely agree. I think I agree with the concept of what you're saying. Like you like the idea that something has to be verse chorus structured. I think should be out the window now in 2019. I think like, if something is catchy, it's catchy, and it doesn't really matter like where it happens, because of like meme culture and like all that other weird shit. It kind of doesn't really matter. Like if something's catchy, it's catchy. So like I was kind of trying to flirt with that idea in this song. So I wrote this like in several different sections. So that's kind of why it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But like
it didn't make like it didn't.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it made no sense. But it made it made a beautiful, perfect sense in another way, which is that. There are times when you listen to music when you go, oh, this isn't supposed to appeal to those, it's not supposed to chime in with those box ticking kind of things that I'm normally looking for or normally expecting. And so that's like another box in itself, if you see what I'm saying.
It's completely unfiltered, I'd say, for me. And then like, because like when I had the beat, I originally didn't even have the song on this album. I wasn't gonna put it on there because like when I just had the beat itself, I couldn't figure out how to exist on it at all. I was just like, this just, I don't know. It just sounds like elevator music or something. Like the beat without vocals on it didn't make sense to me.
Right.
So like, I wrote it just in sections. I wrote the rap part first, and then way later I wrote like the front part. So it's almost like I wrote two different songs. So it literally doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like every time I hear it, I feel like I need to clean it up, but I also laugh because it's so goddamn stupid. It's just like
kind of, maybe that's the ethos.
That became the point. That wasn't the original point, but it's become the point now with repeated listens. Yes. Yeah.
And as a as a statement for the album, like I very rarely make the most accessible song on the record the name of the record.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, I don't think I maybe ever have. And I think maybe it's nice when you've got not that I'm like unique in doing that, but it's just, I tend to have my favorite thing, or my, like, something that kind of feels a bit like a head fuck, or something that is memorable, and you'll remember a certain lyric or whatever it is, and that'll be, to me, the title track.
That's kind of like, I don't know if that's what I was thinking with that, but that's kind of what it became. I definitely didn't have a title for that at all. It was named some super random ass shit when I named it, like when I made the original beat. And then afterwards, I couldn't think of a name, so I think I just kept it. And then it became the name of the album.
Yeah, I can see how that was the process.
That's how
that makes sense.
That's how I make sense of things.
Yeah.